Hi, my name is Jennifer Santee, and this is my lesson plan project, which was centered on a Transcendentalism unit that we do in my 10th grade American Lit class, and it's an advanced level class. So what I asked the students to do after they had read their literature and had written a classical formal paper on Transcendentalism is I wanted them to connect Transcendentalism to the modern time. So I asked them to, much in the same way that we have set up the Weebly for our portfolio, I wanted them to set up a website that would connect them to modern Transcendentalism. I gave them extreme structure in terms of what I was asking for on the website. So for instance, I gave them the tabs that I wanted across the top and then requirements for what should belong in those tabs. So for example, the Transcendental Legacy, my favorite of their tabs, was adding their voice to the world. And it was answering the question, what would Thoreau do? Well, he'd ask you to act. So what I asked them to do was to find a topic, which here are some down here at the bottom, obviously not nearly as exhaustive as it could be, that they felt passionate about. They were then to do some research on that topic, some background. They were to tell us why was this topic important, why should we be involved, how could we help, and provide a reputable organization. And they were to put all of this in an article, writing an article about their topic. What makes this a great tab for me is the authenticity of it. There is a true authentic learning experience to be had here because I asked that the students submit this to Teen Inc., which is an online and paper magazine written for teenagers by teenagers. So this is what they were able to do to really connect and know that others would be reading their work. There was a number of tabs. There was a music section where they had to upload a music video that they believe showcased Transcendentalism today, a movie clip that did the same, and then a separate media choice of their own, a political cartoon, a billboard they saw, a picture they took. It could have been any other form of media that they wanted to showcase the Transcendentalism. They also had to blog. Really a reflective blog on how the entire process had affected them and what they learned through it. Another contributor from my days here at Kennesaw State was the Works Cited page, because one of the things that we discussed in class was giving credit and copyright. Because this was a technology project, they had about a week and a half in class. I took them to the lab, and while in the lab they could ask for my assistance, they could ask for the media specialist's assistance, and they could work with each other as long as there wasn't a repetition of material on their individual websites. So they had a lot of resources at hand at any moment. In addition to that, because different students learn differently, I gave them different sets of additional help. So for instance, there was the rubric itself, which I'll show you in a second. There was a packet of how to set up a Weebly, and I also created on our shared drive account a PowerPoint that walked them step by step through a Weebly, and I'll show you that in just a second. I also gave them links to Creative Commons videos, good blogging videos, and how to Weebly videos. So one of the first things that they, after they got started, one of the first things they would see is on our shared account, our shared drive, is the website that I created for them that did walk them through creating the website step by step. And it also was embedded with YouTube videos that would walk them through the creation of the Weebly. It also had YouTube videos that would teach them how to upload video and that sort of thing. So here's the rubric that was given to them at the beginning of the project, so they knew exactly what was going to be asked of them. And if you'll notice, there was a section about content. Yes, I wanted accurate content, but there were also a lot of aspects to the rubric that really were about the choices that they made, the layout, the video, the sounds. Did they include their copyright, and an overall effort. So they knew exactly what they needed to do in advance to get those higher marks. This is an example of one student's website. I have many, but because they were all fantastic, it was really hard to choose one to show you. He named his the Stargazer, and you can see lots of pictures uploaded, their ideas always presented in text, and then the additional media that they chose and learned how to upload. So if we go to my favorite tab, right, adding his voice, he wrote about deforestation, and he talked about the need for global resource. And it was a great article. It included his works cited, very impressive there. And his other form of media, which every tab had to have, was a screenshot of when he submitted his work to Teen Inc. for publication, which was fantastic. So each tab that the students chose had to contain multiple forms of media. So you'll see all kinds of media on the pages, from text and video clips to cartoons. All of this done in class. They also had to blog, and you can see their blogs about how they felt in the process and what they went through. And then, of course, their works cited page giving credit for all the pictures, all the videos, all that they used. So it was a pretty intense project for them. I will say that overall, they had a great time doing it. It was quite easy for them. They really did not struggle with this at all. If there was any type of problem, it was because I gave them too much time. They really didn't need this much time. We didn't run into any technical difficulties. If there was a technical difficulty, it really came from a student learning new technology, and it wasn't a difficulty. It was just a quick process of learning. Here's another one. You can see that it's, again, completely individual. They had such license and freedom in their creativity with this, and they chose what music, and they had to justify what music with their knowledge of Transcendentalism. So they had quite a bit of choice, and it really did allow for each student to showcase what they could do, what they knew to do, what they were learning to do, all within the context of the website. So there were not really adaptive technologies, other than the student was able to explore new technologies and use technology in a new way for them, so that they were constantly learning and evolving in that regard. It was a great project. We had a great time doing it. I have, like I said, lots of exemplars that I could show you, but we don't have that kind of time. And it was all standards-based, of course. There was the written component. There was the presentation component. We were looking at the expiration of the time period and the connection of the time period to other time periods. So we really were going through CCGPS, but in the most creative and authentic way. So thanks for listening. It's been a great semester. Take care.